Well, good morning from Australia, everybody, and good evening in the UK. So I just wanted to say thank you all for joining us and taking some time out to learn a bit more about our system and how it may be able to help you. It's wonderful to see some familiar names popping up as they come on the screen, so it's great to see so many people joining us. Just before I start, I just want to say sometimes we kind of we'll be using Australian terms. So if we talk about kilos instead of pounds, then roughly just double it if we start using some Aussie words. And yeah, so just bear that in mind. So this is for you if you're sick and tired of feeling sick and tired, and if you're sick of feeling stressed and frustrated at your lack of results with your health. So this is for you if you're feeling uncomfortable in your own clothes or uncomfortable in your skin. And this is for you if you want to lose fat, increase your energy, build lean muscle, have better sleep, and age gracefully. So if you fit into any of those categories, then you're in the right place. So today, hopefully between Sandy and I, we're going to show you how you can achieve permanent health results with this system. So if it's okay with you, I'm just going to start with sharing my personal story with you. So some of you may know that in 2011, we lost our little baby boy. He was born and passed away at birth, and following that, I had developed a really poor relationship with my body. And, I really hated it, to be honest, and I was so angry that I had let my little baby down, and so I had a pretty rough time there with believing in myself, and so whilst I processed the loss of him, I had not really processed the loss of what I had lost in myself that day. And so we moved to Australia, and I thought to myself, when I move to Australia, I'm going to find something that's going to sort me out, because I'd put on a lot of weight and I was feeling very down, and I didn't really know what that was, to be honest. I just thought it would be, I just didn't know what that would be. So anyway, I stumbled across this post on a Facebook group, someone talking about cleansing, and I thought, oh, I might just look into that. And so I had a discussion with the person who enrolled me, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to give it a go. I was pretty skeptical about it. It's not normally my thing, and I just thought, you know what, I'm not sure this is going to work for me, but I'll give it a go anyway, because I've got nothing to lose. So anyway, I started my first 30-day cleanse, and within about a week, I was like, whoa, I am feeling so much better. My energy was increasing, and I was starting to feel lighter, and the weight was starting to drop. So at the end of the 30 days, I lost 5 kilos, which is about 11 pounds. And I actually lost about 50 centimeters of fat. Now, sorry, I'm just going to share my screen with you. So bear with me. Can everyone see my screen? Hold on.
Have you clicked share screen?
And yeah.
Window?
Yeah.
We can't see it.
Oh, hold on. Bear with me. Sorry. There we go. So here we are. This is my 30-day results. And so as you can see that although I lost 5 kilos, which is fantastic, what I really lost was a lot of centimeters, and I lost a lot of belly fat, a lot of that dangerous visceral fat around your belly. So by the end of the 30 days, I was starting to feel great. I lost a lot of weight. My skin cleared up. My energy levels increased. I was sleeping really soundly. That was something that I noticed very quickly. And I just felt lighter and healthier. And it was the first time in a long time, in several years, that I was able to look at myself in the mirror and kind of think, you know, it wasn't quite as bad as I thought it was. What I hadn't really anticipated when I went on this journey was that I thought it was going to be a weight loss program. And what I hadn't really anticipated was that it was going to transform me from the inside out. So whilst the weight loss was great, I was so grateful and will be eternally grateful for the fact that it changed my life in so many other ways. It changed my perception of myself. The community that was surrounding me was so uplifting. And hence why 3 years on, I'm still maintaining that weight and still using these products and surrounding myself with these people who make me feel great about myself. So that's my story, and that's why I'm here sharing this amazing system with you. So I'm just going to invite Sandy to jump on now and share her story, and we can go from there.
Awesome. Thanks, Tanya. So I started Isagenix just over 4 years ago, and before I started, I was in a bit of a rut in my life. I was on a real mission to get healthy. I'd had a pretty significant health scare. So I was working out the gym 6 days a week. I was eating really well, and I wasn't getting results. In fact, I felt exhausted. Like I'd come home from work and just want to lay on the lounge. And look, I was a high school health teacher. So, you know, I have a Bachelor of Health Science. I should know how to get healthy, right? But it just wasn't happening for me. So look, Isagenix come into my life at, you know, a really perfect time. My cousin introduced me. I saw her results on Facebook. She was talking about how she'd lost weight and, you know, she had all this energy, and I thought that sounds amazing. And then she said it was a shake thing, and I was like, yeah, I'm not really sure about that. I've done shakes before. But, you know, I decided to give it a go because I was, you know, at the end of my rope, I suppose. I needed to try something. So look, I started the program day 9. I woke up, I call it my magic day. I just felt completely different. Like I felt like my body had been plugged in. Like something in my body had shifted, and it was finally getting what it needed. So the weight loss actually became a real side benefit for me. It was why I started, but not why I continued with the program. So, I mean, it was great. In my first few months, I released 13 kilos. I hit my goal size, and I've maintained that weight now, or that size, for almost 4 years. And I've put on lean muscle. So whilst I've gained technically weight on the scales, you know, it's lean muscle mass, which I think is really important that we can maintain and then improve upon those initial results that we get. So that really, my experience really led me to sharing this with the people around me. I just wanted everybody to feel as good as I did, really. So it started really small and organic, and I just shared with a few people here and there. And I did decide to, you know, really look at the opportunity for income later on down the track after we had some, you know, health diagnoses with my daughter and myself and the family. So for us, it's been a wonderful opportunity for both my husband and I to work from home. So we share this program with people and help them get healthy. And as a result, we get rewarded for doing that. I think it's the best job in the world. So that leads me to being here with you guys this morning. So look, today I'm going to help Tanya in introducing you to a nutritional system that really has the potential to change your health and change your life like it's done for so many people. We've got thousands of people in our Your Wellness Revolution team having success with this program and in achieving their goals. So they're aiming for things like weight loss, improving their energy, maybe making some gains in athletic performance, like building lean muscle, or having faster recovery, or more stamina when they train. There's lots of people who use the program for healthy aging, and for maintenance. And even the wealth creation aspect. Lots of people are seeing this as an avenue to build an extra income for their family, or even just eat their Isagenix products for free. So that's a really great option for people. So these are some examples. You'll see some pictures on the screen at the moment of some people who are getting results with this program. And I know over there you guys haven't got the products just yet. They're almost there. So you'll have some of your own results soon. But, we want to show you examples of people that are having, real people having real results here. So, there's some pretty incredible transformations there. So before we get right into the nitty gritty of everything Isagenix, I want you just to have a think about, what do you really want? And often we don't ask ourselves this question. So I'd love you to, grab a pen if there's one close by. And I want you to think about, if I could change 3 things in my life right now, what would they be? So even just write them down. So it might be that you want to feel better, feel more confident. It might be that you want to go on more holidays. It might be that you want more quality time with your friends and family, have more time to choose how you spend your time, more freedom. It might be to lose that weight that's, been sticking around that you haven't been able to shift. It might be to get, that 6-pack you've always dreamed of, or maybe get your husband the 6-pack he's always dreamed of. So look, I would guess today that I'm probably going to help you see a path to at least one of those 3 things, and really probably all 3. So, keep that bit of paper there, and just, keep it in the back of your mind as I'm talking today. So in this video call, we're going to cover 3 things for you today. So the first is what is Isagenix? The second is why is Isagenix necessary? And then the third is how it can help you with your goals. So we're going to teach you as much as we can in this short time that we've got together today. And then I promise I will tell you how you can continue on that journey if you choose to, if you think that this is going to be for you. So, let's get into it. So what is Isagenix? So Isagenix is a health and wellness company. Their vision is to free people from physical and financial pain, and in the process create the largest health and wellness company in the world. And we're really on track to do that. We've been open 16 years, 10 years here in Australia this year, which has been really exciting. And we're in 13 countries now, and the UK is going to make that 14. So, in Australia, we're actually the number 1 direct sales company. So, that's really a reflection of the quality of the products and the results that it produces, and the quality of the income opportunity that this company offers. And look, when we're looking at the products are backed by science. So we've got so much evidence to show how these systems work that people are really starting to see the value of, investing in their health and feeling great, and not just waiting to get ill, or not being stuck in a body that they're not happy with or not feeling comfortable with. So let's look into the solutions that we offer. So we're a solutions-based company, and I want you to think about, these solutions, not in terms of the physical aspect, but think about how that affects people emotionally. So in terms of weight loss, this can be a really massive issue for people. And when we can have a simple, easy to follow, system that can help people achieve these goals, it's really a no-brainer. So we have weight loss, we have improving energy. So I have mums talking to me every day about how they can now run around the park with their kids, or, they can perform better at work because their brain is much more switched on, and, they've got their energy to get throughout the day without having to have 3 coffees and, a cake or bicky at 3 p.m. to get that sugar spike. So you have to think about, if your energy was better, what could you achieve in your life? excuse me, we have the athletic performance side. So lots of athletes use our program for the quality of the protein and the benefits that cleansing can have on the body and building muscle. So we will go into that a little bit. Then we have the healthy aging component. So, you know, my mum uses this program. She'll be 63 this year, and she's still chasing my grandkids around the house. She didn't need to lose weight. She just wanted, you know, to be the healthiest that she could as she aged. So, you know, and my 92-year-old nan uses these products to fill the gaps in her diet. So really, you're never too old to look after your body. And then we have the wealth creation component. So as I said previously, lots of families choose to, you know, share this with a few people and develop an extra income stream for their family, which might pay for an extra holiday, or it might allow them to eat for free or pay their mortgage payment. So there's lots of different options. And of course, people can just use the products. It's basically like online shopping. So I'm going to share a couple of stories from our team with you, because I think, you know, I can tell you all the science in the world, but it's really about the stories. It's not about the science. So this is Natalie, and this is actually a really recent transformation. So Natalie's in our Your Wellness Revolution team, and she was really shy to share these results, but we finally convinced her to share. So look, Natalie released 25 kilos. So as Tanya said, you know, that's, if we roughly double it, sort of like 50 pounds, right, Tanya? And this was in a relatively short period of time. This is within a couple of 30-day programs. But I think the best part for her, you know, she's a mum. I think she's got 3 or 4 kids, and she was just feeling so down. She'd lost all her confidence. She didn't have any energy, and she'd lost that real spark for life. She was drinking Coca-Cola like all day, every day, just to prop her up, which we all know how toxic Coca-Cola can be. But she's completely kicked that habit. She said she can think clearer, and she just feels so good. And she said to me on the phone, she said, I just want everybody to feel like this. Everybody deserves to feel this good. And that's how you feel when you start, because you think, oh my goodness, it's not normal to be, you know, tired and lethargic and cranky all the time. Everyone should feel like this. So I suppose that's where, you know, the sharing comes from, is because, you know, we believe that everybody should feel as good as they can. So, I mean, this is a great example of a weight loss story. Then our next one that I'm going to share is a really awesome example of our energy and performance story. So this is Shannon. So Shannon is in our team. She's been in our team for a few years now, and she is a power lifter. So, you know, this was recently at a event that she was at, and I just want to read her testimonial to you, because, yeah, I didn't really actually know a lot about powerlifting. It's sort of not my area of expertise, but she was saying, like, as a powerlifter, losing weight and not losing strength is a really difficult thing to do, or, you know, it can be. So this year she lost 8 kilos, but she increased her strength. So, you know, and they look at it in 3 lifts, what you can increase. So she increased that by 60 kilos, you know, over the 3 different lifts, which is huge. So, you know, here she goes. She's used our products for over 3 years, and she said she follows it around 90% of the time. So she doesn't, you know, she's not sticking to it, you know, 100% all the time, but she's still getting these incredible results, which I think is a real testament to the program. So, you know, you can use this program for so many different reasons, and often it gets pigeonholed as just weight loss, but there really are so many different ways that you can use it. One of the best things I believe about Isagenix is the community that we have around each other. So, you know, would it be okay if you had a group of positive people helping you achieve your goals, like people who understand where you're at, where you want to be, cheering you on? Because that's basically what we offer. And, you know, research has shown that peer-supported weight loss is just as effective as you paying someone to support you with your weight loss. So, you know, why wouldn't you want to have this group of people cheering you on? So when you are introduced to Isagenix, someone introduces you a person, and they become your main support person, and they introduce you to the information that you have available to guide you. They're like a really great tour guide of all the resources that we have, right? And they're your biggest cheerleader. So they'll show you how to use the products, how to maximize the benefits from your program, and help you out if there's any, little road bumps along the way, which inevitably there are, because changing lifestyle habits can be tricky. But once you do it, you feel amazing. So we've got a wonderful Facebook support page called Your Wellness Revolution. And there's lots of resources and helpful tips in there to answer all your questions and support you with recipes and things like that, to make sure that you get the best possible experience with Isagenix. So Tanya, did you want to go into the why Isagenix is necessary?
Yeah, thank you, Sandy. So why is Isagenix necessary? So a lot of people see Isagenix as a diet or a weight loss program, but it's so much more than that. So I want you to try and think about your body as an elite sports car. And so if you clean out the filters, put it in for a service, and you put the premium fuel in the tank, then your sports car is going to perform at its peak. And your body's very, very much the same. And I want you to ask yourself, what are you doing to clean out your body? What are you doing to, what fuel are you putting in your tank? Because there's a massive difference to how your body will perform, depending on how you are treating it. So, Isagenix, oops, let me just change the screen. So Isagenix covers three main areas of our health. And so one is stress, the other one is how nutritionally depleted our food is, and the third one is toxicity in our environment and our world. So so they're the three main things that we target. And so let's just have a look at stress. So I'm just going to use a couple of Australian statistics here, but I'm sure the UK will be very similar. So 72% of us say that stress affects our health, and 64% of us say that stress affects our mental health. So they're pretty massive figures, that how stress really impacts on your everyday life. And sometimes you don't even realize it, because we live in a world now where stress kind of becomes part of it. And it's, there's a lot more demands on us now. And some of the things that are stressing us are work. I know there's a lot of social workers on this Zoom, so I know that that's definitely a stressful occupation. And so it's work, family, relationship troubles, money, technology, and lifestyle choices. And so we're living in a much more stressful kind of world now. And you only have to watch the news to have those cortisol levels go up. So what happens to our body when it's stressed is it holds onto its fat stores, and that's connected to the cortisol levels that are floating around our body. And so there are parts of our program that specifically target that issue, and it helps our body deal with stress and really lower those cortisol levels. And when we're managing stress, it allows our body to utilize those fat stores, which is really important, because sometimes even if you're eating well and you're exercising, and even if you're cleansing, if stress is still a major factor in your life and your cortisol levels are high, then those fat cells are not going to move. And so whilst we can't always manage the environment and the stress that we're dealing with, what we can do is try and let our bodies manage it internally better. And so that our bodies are functioning better and coping with that level of stress better. So the next thing that Isagenix system targets is how nutrient depleted our food is. So I didn't actually know this until I started using Isagenix, but our food does not contain the level of nutrient value that it did 50, 60 years ago. So if you look at the statistics on the screen, the UCLA did a study where they looked at iron levels of a bowl of spinach from 1953 compared to now. And you'd have to eat the equivalent 43 bowls of spinach today to get the equivalent level of iron in your diet. And that's just astonishing. Like, that's how poor our food is now. And the reason why that is because of over farming and the use of chemicals and pesticides and herbicides. And, you know, what they've done is they've destroyed the soil that our food is grown in. And when you destroy the soil, it loses all its nutrients, it loses all its minerals. And all of that goodness that the plants soak up from the soil is really depleted now. And so we're just not fueling our bodies. Even if you're eating well, even if you're eating a whole food diet and you're having lots of vegetables, it's just not the same as it was 50 years ago. And so our bodies are lacking so many essential kind of nutrients. There's so many gaps. And so it makes sense to start filling those gaps in our diet with nutritional supplements. And that's where our program comes in. It's full of amazing nutrients, and it's all from natural sources. So we have a range of products that do that. And the first, one of the major products is our superfood smoothies, which I prefer to call them. And I have one every single day because of the quality of the protein and the ingredients and the nutrients that are in them. So I want you to try and remove the negative connotation that is associated with shakes. I know there's some really poor quality shakes on the market, and our superfood shake just does not compare to anything like that. You won't find the quality of this shake anywhere. And the reason why we use shakes is really because it's the most convenient and cost-effective way to flood our body with dense nutrients without having to eat, 2,000 calories in one meal, and without having to spend $25 or £25 on one meal. So I just want you to try and not think of it as this horrible kind of shake that you see on the shelves in some supermarkets. I want you to think of this as a superfood. And if you look at this diagram, you'll see that this is what you're putting into your body. It's like a gourmet meal, an amazing gourmet meal that you're having every time you have a shake. I personally give them to my kids every day because I know that it's going to, set them up and flood their body with amazing nutrients. And I wouldn't do that if it was a diet shake. I wouldn't be giving my kids diet food. Just that sounds ludicrous. And so, that's why it's amazing, because it's not a diet shake. It's a nutrient superfood shake. So one of the so this can be used as part of a weight loss program, of course, but it can also be used as part of a way to support your body to build lean muscle. So people use it in different ways because of the quality of the ingredients, the quality of the protein. That's when Sandy mentioned before, we have lots of athletes using it because the protein is second to none. If you think about, 95% of other proteins on the market will be what they call denatured protein. So our protein is undernatured whey protein, and it is and what that means is that it's cold processed. So once most other proteins on the market will be heat processed, and in doing that you lose your amino acids, and you lose a lot of the nutrient value in heat processing it. If you think of it, it's a bit like cooking veggies. So eating raw veggies, they're full of all of that rich nutrients, and then as soon as you cook them, you drop significant amount of nutrients. And it's the same with the whey protein. As soon as you heat process it, you're going to lose a lot of the benefits to it. So yes, our shake maintains all those branched chain amino acids, and it comes from what we call happy cows. So they are free range cows. They live in New Zealand. They are grass fed. They live in a pristine environment. They're not given any antibiotics or chemicals or anything like that. They're only milked seasonally, so they get time to rest. So they're really well looked after cows. So you can't get any better, really. So that's one of the ways that we plug the gaps in our diet. So the other thing that we look at is toxicity. And so think about everything that's surrounding you, even just now where you're sitting. Just have a look around the room. And so it's the air that we breathe, the water that we drink, the food that we eat, all those chemicals that are sprayed on our food, or it's over-processed, all the products we use in our house, on our skin, makeup. So if you sat down and really thought about it, it's actually quite alarming how the exposure to toxicity and chemicals in our environment. And so, and our body is just overloaded with them. Like, whilst we have a natural system to detoxify those the toxins in our environment, I don't think our body has been designed to cope with the level that we are now being exposed to. And so there's so much going on, and so a lot of that toxicity is now getting stuck, and it's getting stuck in that really dangerous visceral fat around our belly and around our organs, and that's what makes us so unhealthy. And so parts of our program will help our body's natural detoxification system to do their thing, but it's supercharged. So we have the support system that's going to really flush out all of those impurities in our system, and by doing so, when you remove those impurities, you also remove the fat cells, and it just comes out through your urine. And so you won't be running to the loo and doing all sorts of weird bowel cleansers or anything like that. It just flushes out through your urine by drinking lots of water. So and the other thing that Isagenix offers, if you choose to, is how we manage financial stress. So financial stress is a huge thing across the world, and I don't think the UK is any different to Australia in this front. And there's some crazy statistics out there about how many marriages could have been saved by bringing in an extra $500 a month into that household. And I mean, that's the level of financial stress people are under, in that their marriages are failing because of that extra stress. And so financial stress is a huge issue across the world, and Isagenix has a solution for that if you choose to utilize it. I'm just going to hand you back to Sandy now, so she can talk you through a little bit more how Isagenix can help you.
Awesome, my favorite topic. So how can Isagenix help you? So Isagenix can help you in so many different ways. So things it can do, it can help you increase your energy. It can help your body cope with stress, as Tanya outlined. It can help you build lean muscle mass, burn fat more effectively. It can help you age gracefully. Who doesn't want to look hot as they age, right? And who doesn't want to be able to do things that they want to do as they get older, not just live longer, but be able to be out and be active. I suppose that's what healthy aging is to me, is, not just getting older, it's being able to do everything that you want as you get older. And then there is the option to reduce financial stress as well, which we know is such a huge issue. So, initially, Isagenix will help you do a couple of things. So go back to that list that you had, and that's probably where you're going to focus initially. So let's look at how Isagenix helps you develop healthy lifestyle habits. So I think when a lot of people come into Isagenix, especially if they're aiming for weight loss, metabolism is a huge issue. So metabolism is the rate in which our body uses energy, right? And if you're someone who's been on a diet before, a diet traditionally is something that reduces your calories, that restricts what your body's getting. And as we know, our food's already nutritionally depleted. So then if you start eating less of it, you're getting less nutrition into your body. So that's why people are often tired and cranky when they go on a diet, because their body isn't getting the fuel that it requires. And what this does, it actually causes the body to go into a bit of a starvation mode. And when we're in starvation mode, what it does, it's amazing. It's like this miraculous system, our body. but it holds on to our fat stores because fat is the most effective form of slow burning energy, which is going to keep our brain alive. And if your body thinks that you're starving, it wants to conserve its most effective form of energy, right? So, often we find that when people come into Isagenix, they're under eating. And when I tell them they've got to eat something every 2 to 3 hours, like something, it might be like 10 almonds as a snack, or it might be a boiled egg or on some crackers and tomato, like it can be anything. But when I tell them they've got to actually eat more, they're like, what do you mean? I need to lose weight. But this is what our program's about, developing those healthy lifestyle habits so you're fueling your body, your metabolism starts cranking, and you start burning those fat stores rather than retaining them. So let's look at what the perfect storm for getting your body performing at its peak. So the perfect storm is clean eating combined with, supplementation to fill those gaps in your diet and getting active. So what we often find is when people start, fueling their body correctly, they get this energy and they want to be active. So, they might not have felt like exercising before because they were so tired and all their energy was going into work and family and, all those other things that we have to do. But when you get this energy, you're like, oh, I would love to go for a walk, or, I'd love to go down to the gym, or, play that game of football or whatever it is. So, when we can combine these three things together, it truly is a perfect storm for health. So I did promise you guys that I'd show you how you could continue your journey if you think this may be right for you. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to outline the main starting packs that you can choose to begin on, and there are a variety depending on your goals and budget. So before you do, I just want you to think about what you spend currently on 2 meals per day. You might even want to jot this down on that piece of paper that you have. So have a think about how much you spend on 2 meals per day. Maybe you have a coffee when you're out, any snacks that you're buying. Are you taking any vitamin and mineral supplements currently? So have a think about all of those different things, maybe include alcohol in that. And I want you to think about, is that money that you're currently spending getting you the results that you desire? Is it making you feel better? Is it allowing you to achieve your body goals, whether that's weight loss or gaining muscle or, your performance at the gym? So our program can cover all of these things for you depending on the level of pack that you choose. So basically we're changing where you spend your money from one place to another. So instead of going to the coffee shop or the grocery store or the chemist or wherever your pharmacy, wherever you're getting your vitamins from, you're just going to get them from your online store instead, and it gets delivered to your door, which is way easier. So the other thing I want to raise with you guys is that there is a 30-day money-back guarantee. So, in the beginning, that's actually the only reason that I started, because I was a huge skeptic. But the fact that I had no risk because there was a 30-day money-back guarantee, to me was just awesome. So it really made me feel comfortable in getting started. So look, here is a couple of the weight loss packs. Now, excuse me if I do read a little bit because these are brand new for us. They haven't even been released yet. So they're being released on the 15th of May, as some of you will know. So there is the Weight Management Premium Pack. So this one, is a fantastic pack for someone who has significant weight loss goals. It is also a fantastic pack for people who are looking at this as an income opportunity, because this pack is really going to give you, your full 30-day program, plus it's going to give you all the little extra bits and pieces like e-shots and amped hydrate and things like that you can share as well. So look, it's a great pack for people who are looking for that business opportunity, or for someone who has some serious weight loss goals and just wants to smash it out of the park the first month. The second pack, which I suspect that many people will start on, is the 30-day weight loss system. So it gives you your full 30-day program, gives you your shakes, it gives you your, the cleansing supplement, it gives you the ionics. It's fantastic for stress. And it gives you some supplements for metabolism and digestion, like the premium pack. It just doesn't have those little extra bits and pieces. So, that works out at about £9 a day, which is awesome value when you're replacing a couple of meals. And remember, we're just transferring it from one shop to another. So, it is a great option, and you're going to get results. You're going to feel better, and you're going to get those results that you're after. So, with this too, there's no being hangry, which I really loved about it. You're going to get fast, effective fat loss. You're going to feel comfortable in your clothes again, which, I believe is absolutely worth the £9 a day. And you're going to get your mojo back. You're going to get that confidence back and be that, happy version of you that you maybe used to be and somewhere got lost in the busyness of life. Then we have an energy pack. So the energy pack is based on improving your energy levels. So this pack's slightly different in that it doesn't have that digestion and metabolism support, but it does have your shake. So you still get 2 shakes a day. It's got the Ionic Supreme, which is great for stress and for energy. It has one of the bottles of the Nourish for Life, which is the cleansing supplement. Plus, you're getting a few boxes of E-shots, which are all natural energy shots, and Amped Hydrate, which is like a healthy sports drink. So with this pack, the benefits that you would receive from using this pack is that you'll feel like you've been plugged in. Remember that feeling I talked about with my story? It's going to make you happier. It's going to make you more energetic. It's going to make you a more energetic mum, more energetic person, which, everyone wants to feel more energy. That's actually the number one thing that people talk to me about when they start Isagenix, is they just want to feel better. They just want to have more energy. And I want you to think about, imagine you could do everything that you wanted to do in the day without having that mid-afternoon slump where you feel like you need to recharge with, and people often feel that gap with caffeine or sugar or something like that. Imagine not having that. You just had, stable energy throughout the day. That's basically what our energy program is all about. So no nana nap required in the afternoon, which is good. So there are a couple of products that you may want to add on to your pack. So many people would start with like a 30-day weight loss pack, and then they might want to add on these products, which are really supportive for the body, and you can have them on our cleanse days, which is wonderful. So we have Isadelight chocolate. So Isadelight chocolate literally is healthy chocolate. It boosts your metabolism, it increases your mood, and it absolutely does, because when my husband doesn't have his Isagenix chocolate, he's a cranky bear. So I'm like, go and have a piece of chocolate. It's going to make you feel better. And we don't have to feel bad about it because it is healthy chocolate. So it's infused with green tea. And it tastes like, the milk chocolate ones taste like, I don't know if you guys have Freddo Frogs in the UK. Do you have Freddo Frogs, Julia? Yeah, okay, cool. So they taste a bit like Freddo Frogs. And then our E-shots are all natural energy shots. So they're 60 mils, they're about this big. So they're great for, it might be like a pre-workout. I often use mine before the gym. But they're also good, instead of having a coffee. So they do have a bit of caffeine, but it comes from green tea and a herb called yerba mate. And it has these adaptogens in it that help our body, again, cope with stress and help naturally boost our energy. So they're often popular additions that you guys will have when Isagenix is released over there as well. So I want you to have a think about, there's our 30-day money back guarantee as well. So I want you to have a think about what the next 30 or 60 days is going to look like for you. So, if you continue doing what you're doing now, is that going to get you closer to achieving your goals, or is it going to take you further away? Because, if nothing changes, nothing's going to change. And often I see people doing the same thing. It might be, at the gym, they're doing the same workout again and again, week in, week out, and they're wondering why they're not getting results. And the reason for that is because, nothing's changing, and the body requires change to improve. So I want you to have a think about that. And what if this was the thing that changed everything for you? What if this was that thing? Because for me, it absolutely was that thing. It changed, it changed my health. It changed my entire family life. And it's allowed us to live a life where we have more more freedom and more choice with how we spend our time. So I thought I would take you guys through, the top 3 questions or concerns that I get when we share Isagenix. So the first one is, I'm not sure if I can afford it. And look, I want you to, again, have a think about what you're currently spending. Because what I found that I was currently spending, was over $25 a day here. And our pack that's equivalent to yours works out around $19 a day. And I certainly wasn't getting results with my $25 a day. So, when I thought, wow, I can spend less and actually have results, it was sort of a no-brainer. So have a think about how much you spend on coffee. Let's say coffee's $5. You obviously will have to convert this to pounds because I'm not exactly sure how to do that yet. Let's say breakfast is $5, lunch might be $10. So, it all adds up throughout the day. And I want you to think, imagine if you didn't have to worry about making a healthy breakfast or a healthy lunch and that was done for you, how much time and money would that save you? Because that's basically what we're offering you. And you're getting the ultimate, nutrition in your body at each of those meals. And again, is the money that you're currently spending getting your results? Because I suspect if you're on this call that it's probably not. And that's okay. That's where I was when I started, and that's how I found Isagenix. So it's just great to notice that and to redirect. Just look at this as a redirection of your spending. And again, we have that 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can try it risk-free and not, have that risk. And then the other part is that this program really is designed to help you get your products for free. So when you share Isagenix with people, Isagenix rewards you with cash bonuses. So there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can share with people and you can receive product coupons, but most people choose to share Isagenix and receive cash. And you can use that cash to pay for your products, or you can use the cash to go on a holiday or pay your car payment or whatever it is that you require that money for right now. So that is a great option too, because as I said, you're going to get great results, you're going to feel really good, and people are going to say to you, what are you doing? Why do you look so good? Why are you so happy all the time? That was my favorite. Why are you so happy all the time? What a funny question. Where do you get all your energy from? So people want to feel like that too. And when you share, you get rewarded. Isagenix prefer to pay real people having real results than paying celebrity endorsements. So that's why they can pay us, because they don't pay anybody celebrity endorsements to promote our products, which is really cool. So the next question I get usually is, Sandy, what if I don't like shakes? I like to eat real food. and if you are my friend on Facebook, which a few of you are now, you will know that I'm a massive foodie. I love to cook. It's one of my passions. I eat more now than I've ever eaten in my life, and I maintain a healthy body weight. So these are actually pictures of my food that I eat on a daily basis. You can tell that I really love food because I take pictures of it all the time. I post them on Facebook. But it's just about eating really healthy, clean meals, combining that with supplementation. Remember, we're filling the gaps in the diet. So, the top one's actually an isolate shake. But I made it like a mousse with extra ice, so I felt like I was having a naughty dessert. So it's not about depriving your body before. This is not a diet. So I don't want you to come in thinking of it like a diet. It's not about restricting your body at all. It's about fueling your body in the best possible way. And when we do that, the results follow. Our bodies are crying out to be fed the right nutrition, and that's what this program is really all about. And I did feel the same. Like I did have that objection to shakes when I started. So I want you to know that, I absolutely understand how you feel. But when I did do a bit of research into the program, and then I was told I could eat something every 2 or 3 hours, I was like, oh my God, are you serious? So, I found that it was just absolutely not about restriction. And then the third question I often get is, Sandy, I've tried lots of diets. They don't work. What makes this one different? So, what really makes this different is, again, we're addressing those 3 needs in the body. So we have the cleansing aspect, we have the stress aspect, and then we have the filling the gaps in the diet. There is not another program out there that does those 3 things. And it is that perfect storm for health, in that, if you don't have those things addressed, you're not going to lose your weight or increase your energy. It really does work all together as a system. So Tanya, I might pass over to you to finish off.
Thank you, Sandy. So are you ready? Are you ready for those results that we've just been talking about? And I just want to kind of remind you of a quote that Tony Robbins is quite famous for, and it's, if you've done what you've always done, you'll get what you've always got. And it's so true. I mean, we, you know, particularly women, we go on these diet cycles all the time, and we kind of think it's always going to be, you know, different. And then, you know, and we lose a few kilos, and then we put them straight back on as soon as we you know, stop focusing on what we're supposed to be focusing on. And so maybe it's time to try something new and to give this to you know, see how your body responds to it. So if you're ready and you're excited to get started and join our team, then go back to the person who invited you to this conference, and discuss with them how you can get started. And you know, like Sandy said, there's a 30-day money back guarantee. It's a no-brainer, and I can honestly say, hand on heart, you won't regret it. So if you're ready to achieve those goals, then go back to that person, and we can help you get started. So that's kind of the end of our information session. I'm going to just give you all an opportunity for the next 10 minutes just to ask any questions that you might have. And I know that Sandy's already covered some of the questions that a lot of people do tend to have. But if there's anything additional that anything additional you want to ask, then just unmute your screen and fire away. I'm just going to stop sharing so I can see you all. Hi. I couldn't see all your faces before. Okay, so I'm taking there's no questions. Hopefully that means we shared the right information. So yes, it's lovely to see you all. I know some of you have already joined and are waiting eagerly for your packs to arrive. And I'm so excited to get you started. And for those of you who haven't, I hope that we've shared some really important information for you and useful information. And hopefully we'll have you joining our team very soon. So yes, I guess it's time to say goodbye. It's not even 6 a.m. in the morning here, so I might go back to bed.
Thanks, Tanya.
Bye, guys. Take care.